hit the like and subscribe button right this moment or teeth are going to grow from your toes. Ask/Reddit. Why do you like to be alive? There's an old man I sometimes visit who can talk your ear off for hours on end. You'll sit down with him and he'll start to unload his stories, one after the other, of his old friends, his years in the radio industry, and his misadventures chasing women. Once, halfway through his usual ramble, he stopped, turned to me, and said, "You know what? Life is fun. And it stinks to know that I'm getting close to the end because the whole thing's just been so damned fun." That's always stuck with me. It's my belief that the person who's had the most successful life is the one who, when it's all said and done, has the best stories to tell his grandkids. Personally, I'm approaching 30, and I feel like the past 20 years of my life could be literally erased from my memory, and I wouldn't lose anything of value. Working on fixing that now though. My goal is that when I'm 40 I won't wish for cancer anymore. I survived cancer. I was given weeks to live and miraculously got remission. Life post-cancer is a terrible struggle, mentally and physically, but I wouldn't trade it for the alternative. I now get to watch my adorable niece grow up. I get to look at the world with a completely different perspective. I get to enjoy being with my wife and traveling the world as much as possible. Death would solve a lot of the pain I currently live with, but the eternal sadness it would cause my family would haunt me. Someone's got to feed my Tamagotchi. Cause I believe one day it will get better, and I'll be happy, even though I'm not now. Cause there are pies to be eaten. Pie is a good reason to be alive. Pro tip, take up baking, and you can eat all the pie you want. Your friends will love you too. Close bracket. I cheated that tip and married someone who loves baking. All the same perks with much less work. Occasional serotonin. It hits me every once in a while. Also garlic bread. Serotonin caused by garlic bread. He's cracked it. I'm terminally ill and the closer I've gotten to death the more I've just sat back and watched nature, genuinely stopping to smell the roses. It's the little things in life that make life worth living. The family of birds in a nearby tree communicating with each other. The dog you wake up every morning to and can't wait to see you and be around you. I even noddly Lyle watching the trees rustle on a windy day. Watching my fish swim around their aquarium. Valuing the time and memories I make with my wife and friends. People that say life isn't worth living need to try their very best to smell the roses, watch the sunrise or sunset. I know sometimes life really can get us down in the dumps, but life is truly beautiful. Edit. Just woke up and checked all the notifications. Thank you everyone for the awards and the very nice words. It's very humbling to get so many beautiful responses. I've done my best to read and like as many as possible. One comment I noticed is about how close to death we come. My fate was luckily decided by my oncologist. I was in ICU last year. I was septic and I had a superbug the doctors couldn't get on top of. My kidney had completely stopped, and I only have one kidney. Fortunately, when the ICU had the various teams come together to decide whether to continue or let me go, my oncologist demanded they continue to treat me because I'm young 29 and my heart and lungs are in good shape. I'm still here to this day, so I owe it all to that man who saved my life multiple times. I sat with my wife and cried, told her I was ready to go, and laid patiently with my eyes closed ready to be taken away. It just didn't happen. Since that moment I've done my absolute best to enjoy the little moments in life that we easily brush past and let go unnoticed when we are busy and living a healthy normal life. I'll try to individually reply to comments where I can. Thank you everyone. Stick around as long as you can. You have some good wisdom to pass on. They say people who are closing to death have their entire life flash before their eyes. They can very well judge what was good and what was bad. They are certainly a good source of wisdom. It's pretty amazing listening to them. I myself fear death to a point it freaks me out. And it's surprising how people say they will miss things like trees, soil, animals and family. Just the same things we take for granted. We must realize and learn from what they've got to say and act on it. My prayers are with Ok. In late 1999, Terence McKenna described his thoughts concerning his impending death to interviewer Eric Davis. I always thought death would come on the freeway in a few horrifying moments, so you have no time to sort it out. Having months and months to look at it and think about it and talk to people and hear what they have to say, it's a kind of blessing. It's certainly an opportunity to grow up and get a grip and sort it all out. Just being told by an unsmiling guy in a white coat that you're going to be dead in 4 months definitely turns on the lights. It makes life rich and poignant. When it first happened and I got these diagnoses, I could see the light of eternity, la William Blake, shining through every leaf. I mean, a bug walking across the ground moved me to tears. As I get older I'm scared of death for myself less and less, but it's those I'll leave behind that I worry about more and more. There's a lot of places I still want to go, books I want to read, movies I want to see. Even if I don't get to experience it all before I die, I like the anticipation of it all. This right here. Very relatable. Also imagine all the cool stuff that might happen in the future. And all the cool places you might visit. That is what I look forward to. The idea that any random day you can meet someone who might change your life at most and be someone you enjoy being around at the least has helped me. I met an old man battling cancer at work a few years back, and he is one of the most generous and thoughtful humans I have ever met. I was never close to my grandparents, and I think a young adult having an older, wiser person in their life to look up to can be very important. I haven't tried all the restaurants in my area, and it actually has been a good motivator to cherish the whole life thing. That is surprisingly extremely simple and cute and beautiful. I need a new area. Happiness in tiny things is absolutely the key to being truly happy. Walking to work or uni or whatever and looking at how cool certain buildings, clouds, clothing etc looks and just appreciating the beauty of the world is a prime example. Same here. Kinda. One of my casual side quests I'm on in this current outside playthrough is to find the perfect cheeseburger. It's like my personal little guideline to test any new restaurant I try, because if they can do a good cheeseburger then they usually have their shit together. So far, the best cheeseburger I've ever had was from a little restaurant in MKE that I went to once on a trip. They got everything right. Edit. To everyone asking, it was Edge Bombers. I remember they had some odd as hell menu items, like a peanut butter cheeseburger. Anyway, I had ordered the bacon cheeseburger with the pretzel bread bun, and they had perfectly smashed down the patties so that the edges were just slightly crisp, added in enough cheese to accomplish an ideal cheese to meat ratio with the smashed patties. Usually it's too much meat and not enough cheese, and the bacon appropriately came out as it should with every bite. Bacon is wont to come out of the burger all the way with one bite if you don't cook the bacon to the right texture or glue it in properly with just melted enough cheese. The pretzel bread bun was perfectly grilled and added to the overall effect of a soft crunch texture to that cheeseburger that I've come to compare all other cheeseburgers by. The tater tots were exemplary. 10/10ths would travel to MKE just to eat there again. Watching sunrises with a hot cup of tea. Singing my favorite songs in a place with good acoustics. Using really soft yarn to knit something nice for someone. Calling a friend and hearing the joy in their voice when they realize it's me. Snow days. Making s'mores at a bonfire. It's all the little things. I hope you can find all the little things you love in life. There's so many. Please be safe, friend. Edit. Thank you all so much for the awards, including my first silver. You sound like a treasure to be around. Every time I accomplish something or finish an assignment, I just feel so fucking proud of myself. I feel so lucky to be alive and in the place in the world I have. I saw you're an indie game developer. Good luck with any projects you may be working on. It's a tough business. Thanks. I'm actually planning to have a different job apart from that to have a steady income, so I'll only be a hobbyist. My wife's car has been messed up since Christmas. We spent $800 on it in January, but it didn't fix it. Yesterday I figured out the problem and fixed it with, no joke, parts I already had. I was so fucking proud of myself. I was riding the adrenaline high until 4 AM, and I still have this ball of exhilaration in my chest. Fixing stuff is the best. Pretty sure no one will find this comment, but hey, today was a good day for me. I just got my first electric piano, and I'm eager to learn this instrument. Now that is a reason to be alive. Music. I wanna master this thing before I go. Edit. Thank you kind strangers for all the awards and all the reply comments wishing me luck. Really made me feel great. I've been wanting to play the piano for about 3 years now, but only a few days ago I managed to convince my parents to get me one. I've been pretty depressive for the past few years for reasons, but I hope this thing can get me back on track. To all of you who are in the same boat with me, I wish you all well. We are all gonna make it. I stopped being afraid of death after experiencing some terrible pain for years from undiagnosed ulcerative colitis. I was only 16, so no one believed me. Wasn't diagnosed until I was 19 and my hemoglobin was 3. 15-18 is normal. I have felt that point where your body is struggling to keep up with basic needs for everything to function. I begged for death in those days. I guess I'm alive now because I found 2 competent doctors, a good surgeon, and my body is just stubborn and doesn't want to give up. Edit. I should clarify that above is a brief description of what led to me not being afraid to die and how I felt at that time. As said, once I found someone who would help, I bounced back in health and felt immensely better. My lack of fear of death has remained unchanged, however. That being said, I do not seek out death or want to die prematurely and never have. Begging for death really did happen. However, it was me wanting the pain that brought me to a fetal position out of nowhere and staying there for sometimes hours, and then the suffering out of just everyday life knowing I wasn't myself, wasn't healthy, but couldn't get anyone to actually do a basic workup on me or even look at me and see I was not just pale, but as hen grey. I looked like a corpse. It's like someone telling you that you're insane and none of it is really happening. In that time, I did beg for death at moments because I wanted all the pain and suffering to end. If I couldn't get care to fix whatever was wrong, then I did not see the reason to continue in pain and suffering. Change that full code status to no code kind of mentality. Never did I want to kill myself though. Please, if you feel like dying, wanting to die, wanting to kill yourself, please seek help. Dying is exactly what my stupid fucking brain wants. Well, my brain can go fuck itself because I'm gonna keep living as long as humanely possible. In fact, I'm so committed to fucking my brain over, I'm going to do everything in my power to stay alive. I'm gonna sleep early, eat healthy, go to the gym, and cultivate healthy relationships. Fuck you, brain. I'm going through some shit right now. I needed this comment. Thank you. Fucking hell, that made me happier than reading the positive comments. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to keep up with our daily videos.